Listen, man, I understand that the standard operating procedure within the Republican apparatus in 2025 is to just create whatever reality it is you need to exist in order to fit your narrative, but that doesn't play here. I'm sorry, you need to be called out for the fact that you are changing your tune mid conversation. Okay, so this person says Tom Powell. Sorry, I didn't say it worded in Constitution. It's kind of understood why the founding fathers wanted gun to be able to protect future generations from tyranny. I swear to God, it's like I'm reading it in the original Russian in my head, but I just can't get it to, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're looking for a moose and squirrel. Anyway, he says, I didn't say it worded in Constitution. So what is he talking about? Well, I did a video reply to one of his comments. His comment had to do with, and my video reply had to do with, what it says in the Second Amendment. People keep telling me that the Second Amendment says this, and it says this, and it talks about a tyrannical government, and this, that, the other. And I keep telling them it doesn't say that in the Second Amendment. And so he decided to pipe in one day, or chime in one day, and he says, it says restrict, meaning we should be able to own anything the military has because we have the God-given / constitutional right to defend against a tyrannical government. It says restrict. I'm doing a video about what the specific wording of the Second Amendment is. And he says, it says restrict. I do a video asking him to show me where the Second Amendment says restrict. That's this video. That's where this comment was left. Which brings us all the way back to the comment. I didn't say it worded it in the Constitution, but you did. It's like dealing with a child at this point in time. You did. You literally said that. So I replied to that. And then you said, well, I didn't say that. But you did. I have photographic and video evidence to the contrary. And then we get into the meat of the matter. When somebody on the Democratic side of the aisle, when somebody on the liberal side of the aisle, when somebody on the near left side of the aisle, I'm not talking about the far left loves their guns every bit as much as the far right does. When you're talking about your average, everyday liberal Democrat, whenever they interpret the Second Amendment for what they see it to be, what they meant the founding fathers were trying to say, guys like you tell them to read the fucking article, right? Read the amendment. Doesn't fucking say that. You can't just tell us what you think the founding fathers meant. You got to read what they fucking wrote. Then you make up shit they didn't write. You get called on that shit. You come back and lie about saying that shit, and you add into it. It's kind of understood why the founding fathers wanted guns to be able to protect future generations from tyranny. So we can't tell you what we believe our interpretation of various amendments in the Constitution are, but you can tell us that it's understood that the way you view it is the way it is. Yes, the original founding fathers probably did have some form of, hey, we need to protect ourselves against a tyrannical government when thinking about their lives in the moment. Really, what they say in the Constitution, in the Second Amendment, is that guns have to do with protecting the free state. But, okay, they defended themselves against the tyrannical government once. Maybe they had that on their minds when they wrote it a second time. They didn't specifically call that out, but, hey, maybe that is what they meant. Do you think you could take out the government now? We're not talking musket against musket. We're not talking cannonball against cannonball. Do you think you could take out the army now? Do you think all 70 whatever fucking million Trump supporters armed to the fucking teeth could actually even take out the government? And I know people are going to go 70 million? Fuck yeah, Tom. The minute you guys got out of control, you'd become fucking vaporized. You do understand that, right? You guys are the same fucking guys that year after year after year demand that we spend more and more and more on our military, making our military unfucking beatable in a one-on-one. We're unbeatable. We have enough nuclear power to wipe the fucking planet off the map, right? We have everything we need to smoke damn near any force, unless it's a collaboration of multiple nations. And you think you guys and your AR-15s are going to take out the government. Well, let's put this together. You guys think that you can take out the government. You think that you have the weaponry, manpower, and the right to do so because you determined the government to be tyrannical. So you guys think both of those. You believe that your government was stolen from you in 2020. Your election was stolen from you. Your vote was stolen from you. And that people were imprisoned improperly, that they weaponized the Department of Justice to go after people like a third world country. How come you guys didn't rise up against the government in the last 4 years? I mean, if you think you could take them out. Could it be because you understand that if you guys even showed a hint of that shit, they'd be able to clean up what was left of you with a fucking sponge?